This is the overview of chapter 15 of the Bhagavad Gita. Chapter 14 described the modes of nature, those forces that simultaneously restrict and control a soul within his field of activities. Now Krishna, using the allegory of an Ashvata, banyan tree, describes the entire material world with its varieties of fields of activities situated on higher and lower branches of that tree. In the first section, verses 1 to 5, becoming detached from the material world is described. Although the living entities are Krishna's fragmental parts, they are now struggling for existence, being entangled in this banyan tree of the material world. One must detach oneself from this reflection of the spiritual world by surrendering to Krishna and thus proceed to the spiritual world. So this world is like a replica or copy, and in this metaphor it is described an upside down copy of the spiritual world. The banyan tree is analyzed in the first 5 verses of this chapter, and then in verses 6 to 20 Krishna describes Purushottama Yoga. So the next section is 6 to 11, transmigration is described. Although all living entities are eternally part and parcel of Krishna, they are transmigrating from one body to another in search of pleasure. Transcendentalists see this clearly, but not the blind materialists. Next section, verses 12 to 15, describe Krishna as maintainer. Knowing Krishna's opulent position as our maintainer on both the cosmic and personal levels, and his position as the compiler of Vedanta and knower of the Vedas, should attract us to him. So knowing Krishna's opulent position should attract us to him. In verses 16 to 20, there is a summary of Vedanta Sutra. I believe you have heard of Vedanta Sutra. It's like a summary of the Vedic knowledge. After concluding that he is the goal of the Vedas and the compiler of the Vedanta, the Lord summarizes the Vedanta, or the Vedanta Sutra, which conclusively establishes his position as supreme. In the purport to verse 15, Srila Prabhupada indicated the significance of Sambandha, Abhideya and Prayojana. Verses 16 to 18 give knowledge of our relationship with Krishna, Sambandha Jnana, and are also sometimes referred to as the Trishloki Gita. So this is 15th chapter, Trishloki Gita, verses 16 and 18 of the 15th chapter. Krishna, as the knower of the Vedas and the compiler of Vedanta, in these 3 verses assists souls in transcending material existence by summarizing the essence of the Vedas, which is the Vedanta. Vedanta is the summary of the essence of the Vedas. Verse 19 indicates Abhideya Jnana, the process of attainment. And the final verse, verse 20, refers to Prayojana, or the goal, the ultimate goal. The problems of material existence are due to 2 weaknesses of heart: the desire to lord it over material nature, which leads to attachment, and the sense of proprietorship. The first 5 verses of this chapter describe the process of freeing oneself from these weaknesses of heart And the rest of the chapter, from the 6th through the end, discusses Purushottama Yoga. So this is the overview of chapter 15.